meaning Mr. Carr and his employees can bring it anywhere and start drawing even when they are standing. He can also easily incorporate these sketches and drawings and notes into MS Office documents and share it with his employees and clients. These tablets also enable owners to record speech as audio. Since it is portable, it adds on to the benefits of Mr. Kao because now he is travelling quite often. Besides going to China, he's also now tapping into other markets like Laos and Myanmar. So by using these tablets to draw this design, he can do up the amendments right away and show to his clients on the spot. So this also allows him to discuss on the amendments to be made, and he can do it right away and see whether his clients are satisfied with the amendments. This will help to save time rather than having to redraw this design and fly back to meet his clients on the next meeting. Thus, it will increase the efficiency of AKDA and increase customer satisfaction. Also, by purchasing HP tablet PC, AKDA is able to reduce on the usage of papers by only printing the finalized drawings, which will eventually help to protect the earth and also align with the ISO 14000 which the company wants to achieve. Now, to summarize our presentation, looking at the current situation that AKDA is having and the future plans that it wants to achieve, these three products that we have recommended, which consist of HP ProLiant BL495C Generation 5 Virtualization Blade, HP Storage Works Data Protector Express software, and HP Compact Tablet PC TC11000 will help AKDA firstly to expand its business to other countries besides those that we have mentioned earlier on, and to increase the profits of the company. It will also help to make the company be more efficient and effective in handling customers' information like drawings, as it will be located in smaller folders in the computer instead of papers lying all over on the floor. With IT software, it helps to enhance IT security so that Mr. Kao is able to do things online without the fear of hackers. Not forgetting, it will also help in supporting AKDA to achieve ISO 9000 and 14000, which will make the company be more recognized and to be able to get more projects like the government projects, and to increase both customers and employee satisfaction and confidence in the company. So that's the end of our presentation. We will now open the Q&A. We will now open the floor to Q&A. Thank you.
Just to clarify, you're saying that right now they are doing all their work manually in terms of the drawings and so what level of their work is computerized?
Okay, from what we understand by Mr. Kao, they are actually trying to generate some 3D software because some of their employees are able to use IT to do some drawings, but most of their employees and himself, I would say, they prefer pencil and paper to do up the drawings rather than the IT, because they are not that familiar with the IT software, etc. Yeah.
Have you all spec'd out the cost that he has to spend on by recommending, for my phone, maybe very high specs? Have you all spec'd out the cost? How are you going to recommend to Mr. Kao?
Actually, we touch is more on the business side than the benefits that HP can actually bring to the company. Not much towards the cost.
Yeah.
So the short answer is no.
Yeah. But looking at the rate that the company is doing now, from 0.5 million to 4 million, I would think, we would say the company would be able to afford all these HP devices.
This is just an assumption.
Yeah.
But this actually is an investment for them to make because it can actually help them in the long run, not just for the short term. Yeah, so we must look actually for future.
I understand that, but I think that if you are presenting this solution to a client, you have, and to a business especially. If I were to spend $10,000, that's $10,000 out of my net profits. So I need to see and to be able to convince whether I should be spending this $10,000. I could be $100 million company, but still it has to be justified. So that's why I asked you the question. Have you spec'd out the cost? Because to me, I think I look at all the specs, it's not going to be cheap. Okay, whether it's a $4 million company or $14 million company, right? Okay, if it's a partnership, his partner is going to ask him, why are you spending $50,000 or $100,000? Whereby maybe you could split the money at the end of this really there's no other better way to do it? You know what I mean? That's my question.
Have you had a chance to spend time with the architects, the draftsmen in the office? I'm just curious. Have you spent time with them to understand what they're working on, what kind of close proximity?
We actually interviewed the owner itself of the
Okay, how about the people who do the work, the drafts people?
He did the work himself also.
Yeah.
In terms of drawing. Yeah, so he did mention that it will be better if there's such system that can actually help him to amend his drawings and make his work more, instead of carrying papers along with him whenever he go to business trip. And it's quite troublesome for him to actually lay out all the designs for the for their clients to see. So it will be more accessible if he's able to actually save all these documents into a thumb drive to bring along with him wherever he goes. Then he can access it very easily, not just in his office itself.
You mentioned about him having to travel overseas. So what kind of data does he need to dial back to the server, to retrieve?
Like maybe he need to retrieve back the files that he drew, but then for now he don't have the technology yet, right? So he only have the paper, and then in China, right, he couldn't serve the server for long because he was afraid that the hackers might retrieve his server domain. So yeah, so he couldn't retrieve like the drawings for the current project, the status of the project, to let the client see. Yeah.
My point being that, because I do travel to China, so I know what kind of internet access you can get there sometimes. It's very intermittent. So, and you're talking about large amount of data, as from a multimedia point of view, about this drawing and stuff like that. So the question is this a good solution for him, or is it better to download everything to a thumb drive? Do you need to reinvent the pen? I mean, there was a story about the Americans flying to the space, and then they took out the pen and they realized that they cannot write because the ink defies gravity. So they spent $2 million and asked don't know which consulting company, and then they invented the pen that finally could write on space. Then the end of the story was the Russians, they just use a pencil. So that's my question. Is this a good solution from your point of view?
Because this kind of information is quite confidential. So let's say if you just mentioned that save in the thumb drive, right? Let's say he lost the thumb drive, so this kind of confidential information will be lost. So it may affect the confidence in the customer. So just like you also mentioned, what are some information that you need to retrieve from the server? So for example, because understand from the interview, right? You also need to do some research on the land and all those stuff. So these are some confidential information. Research on the land, whether